What's up, guys? This video is way different than any video I've put out before. What I'm doing is I'm giving a demonstration on how my dog perceives the remote collar utilizing our system, E-FLO. At the end of this video and demonstration, I'll give a detailed explanation as to what I'm doing and why I do it and the benefits of this and the importance of changing the way that dogs process training tools. Down, out. Fetch, down, out, fetch, out, fetch, out, fetch, out, fetch, out, keep on. Oh boy. Good job, Bubby. Good boy. Whoa. Whoa. Out. Fetch. Down. Out. Fetch. Out. Fetch. Out. Keep on. Oh, good job. Good boy. All right, so all I'm doing is, this isn't like a sequence that I use the remote. I'm just putting out a video. Sorry, shaking me pretty good. Out. I'm just putting out a video that down shows the way my dog perceives the remote collar. All right, so we've seen there's lots of training systems out there and everything else. We're just demonstrating that my dog does not perceive the collar as anything bad or negative whatsoever. So we're teaching the dog that the remote collar touching him is no different than me touching him. So you'll see that we're not cycling behavior because I press a button. We're not changing behavior because I press a button. He's not letting go because I press a button. He's not picking things up because I press a button. So I'm purposely showing I'm pressing the button during the duration of the command to show that nothing else happens. He just stays in tune to what I'm doing. Fetch. Down. Out. All right, you made it this far, or maybe you just skipped to the end to say, what the heck is this guy doing and why the heck would he be pressing the button like that on his dog? All right, well, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm showing you that there are things out there that are different. And we can change the way that dogs process things just by the way that we engage with them or interact with them. All right, and trust me, I know that there's a lot of you that are gonna give me a lot of kickback for this, but the truth is change is hard. And if things didn't change, there would be no progression. All right, so this is what I know. I get a lot of questions about how my dogs are so fast. I get a lot of questions about how my dogs are so clear. I also get a lot of questions about how are my dogs so happy and so animated, right? Then what comes along with it is how many times are you pressing and when are you pressing and what level are you pressing at? And are you using momentary or are you using continuous? All those are really irrelevant. I can't really tell you because there's not a pattern. See, what I believe is there's a lot of problems and a lot of conflict in dog training because there's a lot of science in dog training. And I know just me saying this, I am gonna get run through the ringer for this. But the truth of the matter is this. Dog training is about establishing a relationship. All right, so all of you people out there who are in a relationship with a person, how much science did you apply in getting married? How much science did you apply in building a relationship with your spouse or your significant other? How much science did you go through to do that? Well, you probably didn't do any, and if you probably tried to apply science into establishing a relationship, it would probably be pretty awkward and pretty weird. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all of you guys out there went to a science class on how to get married or how to go on a date or whatever it was going. But the point is, my belief is that when you start applying science to building a relationship, it takes the human out of it, I guess you'd say, or it kind of takes the dog out of it. So what I learned a long time ago is that there's a lot of limitations that people are applying in dog training. And I didn't want to be a part of applying those limitations anymore. And again, it's nothing, I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying, because I have the ability to say this, because I've seen a lot of this. And I can't speak for everybody because I haven't seen everybody in the world. But almost everywhere I go, even at the seminars that I perform for people, even when I train with people, people say, I've never seen anybody change the dogs the way that you do it with the clarity that you provide. So I'm only giving you information based off of what people are telling me when they actually get to see me work dogs in person. So I do not want my dog to perceive any sensation from the collar as a negative. All right, so what that means is I don't want them to think that when they feel the collar, they're doing something wrong. And how do you know whether the dog believes that or not? Well, we can say whatever we want to. We as the owners and we as the handlers can say whatever we want to about how our dogs process. But the truth of the matter is the dog is the one who gets to say. So this is a test that I do with people. I tell people, if you don't believe that your dog perceives the collar as a correction, put your dog into a command that they're very comfortable with. And whenever you put your dog into the command that they're very comfortable with, you get to pick the volumes, you get to pick the levels, you get to pick whatever you want. And then I ask you, don't say anything to your dog, just start tapping your button on your collar. And every time this happens, what we see is we see the dog starts to change behavior. They either break behavior. So if the dog's in a sit, it goes to a down, or it may run to heel, or it may run to a place board. Or if the dog's in whatever other position, it just cycles. Not because the dog's being hurt. It has nothing to do with that. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It's unfortunate. But it's because the dog has been trained that anytime you feel this sensation, it means I want you to do something else. So now the dog starts to process that this collar and this sensation means I need to change my behavior. All right, well, how does this get developed? Well, a lot of trainers teach the dog negative reinforcement. And what this means is they're not out to punish the dog or hurt the dog. They're just teaching the dog that whenever you feel this, in order for this to turn off, I need you to do this. So the dog starts to believe that when they feel that sensation, they're not doing something correctly. That's because of the way it's being presented. Well, I don't condition the collar that way. I teach it some way totally different. I want the dog to understand that when they feel that collar, it's no different than me reaching out and touching them. Why? Because I don't want them to think about good or bad. I just did a podcast with Working Dog Radio talking about the same thing. I don't want the dog to perceive the collar as they're doing something wrong. Why? Because I want to be able to have a conversation with my dog on any topic for as long as I want to about the topic with the collar. Why is that important? Well, dogs are physical. We talk, dogs touch. And this is what I understand. The dog's primary language is body language, movement, and touch. For instance, when you come home from work, if your dogs are free, they typically get up to come physically greet you. If a dog wants something, he doesn't tell you he wants something unless he can't get it. He physically gets up and goes and gets it. So my point is this. I understand and I realize that the dog's primary language is physical. So if I want to teach the dog, I just understood that it made a lot of sense to use physical touch to teach the dog. And I didn't want to turn physical touch into something such as a punishment or something negative. So all I'm demonstrating in this video is that I can press a button on my dog and you don't see any fear, you don't see any nervous behavior, you don't see tail dropping, you don't see ears pinning. In fact, all you're seeing is just pure excitement of just ready to work the whole entire time. The other thing that you're seeing is that I'm doing the opposite in the first section just to demonstrate. I'm giving commands without pressing any button at all. And then once the dog gets into behavior, then I start applying the button. All right, well, why would I do that? I want people to see that I don't have what's referred to as an electronic command. That's correct. I don't have an electronic command, which means that my dog listens to me even if I don't press the button. But I mostly wanted to show that even when I press the button, the dog doesn't perceive that as he's in the wrong position or doing the wrong thing. In the second demonstration after I talk, I'm showing that I just tap, 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 tap the entire time during commands and in between commands, showing that my dog doesn't change behavior as well. So what I do with my dogs is I teach them how to understand a specific language that is natural to them with me, and then I pair my language with theirs. And that's how speed gets developed. That's also how we're getting very young puppies, 4, 5, 6 months old, doing super advanced behaviors. Everyone asks me that. Do you start with food? We don't use food. I don't even have a reward system. The entire process is rewarding because I'm playing with them. I don't use a system where the dog performs, so when the dog performs, then I reward the behavior which interrupts the behavior that I'm trying to maintain. That's the value there. And again, like I said, this is not a knock on anybody's system at all. It's just me trying to clarify to everybody who's watching, all you amazing viewers out there, all you wonderful people who have shared, liked, commented on my stuff, what it is that I'm doing because there's so many questions. Well, because it's so foreign, it is very hard to explain to people without going through some type of class. And because it's so foreign to everybody else, it becomes very confusing, especially for people who are so involved in other dog training systems. And that's why we offer courses. We offer courses to teach our system. We have 5-day courses, and we have a series of 5-day courses to work you through the entire E-FLO system. We also offer seminars where we come out to your clubs, your police departments, military units, other dog training facilities where they've asked us to come out and train their entire staff. We have traveling schools for that. So if you are interested in this and want to learn more about this, all you have to do is visit our website. If you have questions about this and what we're doing, awesome. If you are here to post and say negative or nasty stuff or bad stuff, I don't engage in that. I'm here to do good things. I'm here to help people. I'm here to train dogs. I'm here to change the way that people train dogs and have a wonderful time doing it. So again, thank you guys very much for all your support. I hope this video was pretty interesting to you. I hope that you can see that I am doing something completely different than what science and other dog training methods out there are saying that's possible. And I hope that it encourages you to learn more about what it is that we do. We'll see you next video.